Hello students, in this video we will see some extra problems of the chapter ratio and proportions. So the first question is to write down the ratios of the quantities given below. There are some quantities given and we have to find out their or write down their ratios. So let's do the first one. In case of the first one, it is 12 kilometer is to 4 hours. Now see here, both the quantities kilometer and hours are different units. Kilometer is unit of length and hour is a unit of time. So since the units are not same, so we cannot find their ratio. We have to write it like this: since units are different, therefore ratio is not defined. We have to write it like this: since the units are different, so the ratio is not defined. Then number 2, 160 students is to 12 teachers. 160 students is to 12 teachers. Now students and teachers both are numbers. Numbers of what? Numbers of persons. No? Manuhor number. Kiman manuh ase. So their unit is same. So we can calculate their ratio. So it is 160 to 12 and it will be what? It will be 40 to 3. Then number 3, 5 hours and 5 minutes. 5 hours to 5 minutes. Now we can convert this equal to 5 hours is 60 minutes. 5 into 60 minutes. We convert the hour into 60 with minutes. Then 5 minutes. Now the ratios are same. Here also minute, here also minute. So we can calculate the ratio now. 60 to 1. The ratio will be 60 to 1. In case of number 4, 3 weeks to rupees 21. Here also same. Week is the unit of day. It is basically a unit of time, and rupees is the unit of money. So the two units are different, so the ratio is not defined. Ratio is not defined. We have to show that the units are different, similarly like this. Okay, so this is the first type of problem. The next question is, the ratio of two numbers is 5:9. What number should be added to each of the numbers so that the ratio becomes 7:10? Now what the question says, given ratio is 5:9. This is the initial ratio. Now what number should be added to each of the numbers? Let the number to be added be k. এই দুইটা নাম্বাৰৰ লগত এড কৰিবলগীয়া নাম্বাৰটো let k আমি k বুলি ধৰি লৈছো. So according to the question 5 plus k divided by 9 plus k equals to 7/10. If we add a number in this question, we have let it k, আমি k বুলি ধৰি লৈছো. If we add k on with 5 and 9, the new ratio becomes 7/10. So this is the required equation. Now if we solve this, then we will get the value of k. Therefore, the required number is 13/3. আমাক উলিয়াব দিছিলে কি k উলিয়াব দিছিলে কোনটো নাম্বাৰ এড কৰিব লাগিব so the required number is 13/3. so this is the answer. Okay, let's move on to the next question. While watching the video, I suggest you to pause the video and write the question on your notebooks. Then also write the solution as I am doing it on your notebook. So the question says the ratio of the present ages of Sagar and his grandfather is equal to the duplicate ratio of his age and his mother's age. 5 years ago, ratio of his age and his mother's age was 1/3. There should be 5 years ago here. 5 years ago, ratio of Sagar's age and his mother's age was 1/3. If the present age of Sagar is 15 years, find the present ages of his grandfather and his mother. Now see, the question is a little bit long. You may not understand the question if you try to read it in one breath. So just read it step by step. So let's see what is given first. The ratio of the present ages of Sagar and his grandfather. So let's take the present ages of Sagar and his grandfather, and then we will take their ratio first according to the question. We will go step by step. Let Sagar's present age be x years, then let his grandfather's age be y years, his mother's age be z years. We are taking the present ages here. These are the present ages. Now, according to the question, what is given? The ratio of the present ages of Sagar and his grandfather means x by y is equal to the duplicate ratio of his age and his mother's age. Sagar's ratio and his mother's ratio. The duplicate ratio. Duplicate mane ki asile? Here square, x square by z square. So according to the question, x by y is equals to x square by z square. Then what is given? We have got this equation from the question. Now we can remove 1x from here and 1x from here, so this will be 1 by y equal to x by z square. So now we can get the value of y as z square by x. We give it equation number 1. Then again, let's go back to the question. 5 years ago, ratio of Sagar's age and his mother's age was 1/3. If Sagar's age is present age is x years, what will be his age 5 years ago? X minus 5, no? And similarly, his mother's age 5 years ago will also be z minus 5 years. So according to the question now, x minus 5 by z minus 5 is 1/3 according to the question. Now there is one more thing given, which is the present age of Sagar is 15 years. The present age of Sagar is given 15 years. So we can put the value of x here. 15 boli amak dia ase 15 years. Now you can also put 15 here also, but for the simplicity we are just putting here 15 minus 5 by z minus 5 equals to 1 by 3, implies if we do the calculation then we will get something like this, z equal to 35. You do the calculation by yourself, okay? I'm not showing it because it will make the video much longer. So now we have z equal to 35. Now if we put the value of z in equation 1, equation 1 implies we are putting the value of z in here in this equation. So putting the value of z here, y equal to 35 square by x, and we know x is 15, so this is like that. So now it will be 245 by 3 equals to 81 into 2 by 3. So this is the age of his grandfather and his mother's age is 35. So at last we have to write, therefore Sagar's grandfather's age is 81 into 2 by 3 and his mother's age is 35 years. Okay, so this is how we do this type of questions. In the previous video I did a method called cross multiplication, and I guess some of you didn't understand the method, so in this video I will explain you how I did that method. So let's suppose if the equation is given like this, a1x plus b1y plus c1z equals to 0, if a1x plus b1y plus c1z equals to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2z is equals to 0, then we can do something here. Let's write x, y, z, x, y. Now what is in x, a1, in y, b1, in z, c1, a1, b1, here a2, b2, c2, a2, b2. Now according to the formula, if it is like this, then we can write, therefore x divided by, now for x we will write b1 into c2, b1 c2 minus this b2 c1. Then for y we will write c1 a2 minus c2 e1. Then for z we will write e1 b2 minus a2 b1, a2 b1. So this is the formula. If it is like this, then the formula says this, and instead of a1 b1 c1, any number can be there, like 8x plus 6y minus z equals to 0, or minus 3x minus 4y plus 3z equals to 0. So now we will write like this, x, y, z, x, y. Since it is 8 here, so 8, then 6, then minus 1. There is nothing with z, this is the minus, so it is minus 1. Then 8 6, and in case in here minus 3 minus 4 3 minus 3 minus 4. So then we will do the cross multiplication like this, and we will get the solution. So this is how I did the previous solutions in the previous video. I have sent you propositions of proportions in your as notes, I guess, in the form of notes in the website. So I will quickly do a revisit, and in the next video, I guess this will be the next video will be the final one of ratio and proportions, and after that we will conclude this chapter and move on to chapter number 1, number systems. So let's quickly revisit propositions of proportions. These are very simple, not hard. So if A is to B equals to C is to D, then B by A equal to D by C. This is called invertendo. This is number 1. If A is to B equal to C is to D, then number 2 is A by C equals to B by D. This is called alternando. Then number 3, if A is to B equal to C is to D, then according to componendo number 3, A plus B by B equals to C plus D by D. This is called componendo. Then number 4, again, if A is to B equal to C is to D, then according to dividendo, the number 4 is called dividendo. A minus B by B equals to C minus D by D. This is called dividendo. Then number 5 is A by A minus B equals to C by C minus D. This is called covertendo. Number 5. For all of these case, this one will always happen. Jodi A is to B equal to C is to D hoy, তেতিয়াহে আমি এখিনি পাব পাৰো। এইবিলাক ধৰিল তোমাৰ ইয়াৰ পৰাই ডিডাক্ট কৰা হৈছে। Then number 6 is A plus B by A minus B equals to C plus D by C minus D. This is called componendo and dividendo. So these six things are called propositions of proportions, and they are all derived from this relation A is to B equal to C is to D. Then we can do this. So this is the propositions of proportions. So in the last video, the next video that I will upload will be the last one of this chapter, and in that video I will do some problems related to these propositions. Okay, then after that we will finish this chapter and move on to chapter number 1. Okay, so see you until then.